Hi guys, so today is my day 11 since I found out I actually don't even know how to describe it, but it's like the biggest news of my life since I found my big C. Yeah, so today is day 11. So, yeah, 11 days ago. So, officially, I found out that I have cancer. And the next day, I was diagnosed, and that's stage 3. That's stage 3 cervical cancer. So, yeah, please excuse me, because actually I'm about to sleep now, and rest. But I don't know, something's just telling me that I should just record this. For some reason, yeah, I have been really wanting to journal because definitely this is one story of my life that one day hopefully I will be able to inspire others, especially the women out there who's going through the same ordeal as me, or it could also be a family member who's going the same ordeal, because I just realized that cancer, it's not just for the person who have cancer, but it's really about the whole family. It's just not, it's not just about the person who have cancer, but it's really more of the people who loves you, the people who cares about you. So yesterday, I actually took the courage to finally share it through social media. And so unexpectedly I got a lot of messages, and I'm sorry, I haven't really been back to everyone. Actually, kind of like strike me because some of them would tell me that it took so much courage to actually talk about it. And initially I planned to actually share about this probably maybe after my treatment, but since I got back and I've met some friends, I came to realize that why do I have to wait after I survived it? I know definitely I'm gonna survive it. I mean, I have already set that mindset on my, well, the first day was like kind of half and half, but second day I'm like, this is it, the doctor already diagnosed you, and this is like your real, I mean, this is like the reality right now, so you don't actually have a choice but to accept it. Otherwise, aside from myself, but everyone around me is gonna have a hard time accepting this as well. And yeah, I mean, there's so much I have to deal with, and if I cannot find that peace in my heart, if I cannot fully accept that I do have cancer, um how will I even start? I'm not lifestyle, this is like a lifestyle change, and if I cannot fully or 100% accept it, definitely everything will be like a challenge for me. So I just have to look forward. Some friends actually urged me to write about it, but I haven't really found the time because since I got back, I have been really busy, and I really couldn't find a time to like really, journal it. But I should probably think about starting tomorrow. And one way I could actually go back is going through this video, and as much as I can, I will try to document every journey I have, so everyone, will actually understand. And maybe just for tonight's video, probably I just wanted to share a message, because to anyone out there, not only cervical, but any kind of illness or whatever kind of diseases that we may discover, but I think the most important is that we need to accept it. Accept that this is the new reality. Because if most of my friends were actually like telling me that yun nga, I'm so strong daw, and they're like expecting that I would be like, sobbing all all the time while sharing my story. But it's more of like na-surprise sila because I I had so much strength in me, which I'm actually very, very, very grateful because, um, of course, I do cry. I did cry that day that the doctor announced that I do have cancer, but it's not confirmed yet, like what stage I'm at or I'm in. While me and Paul was walking with a friend, Alice, I actually she gave me a very tight hug. Well, actually, I was still processing that time when I was like walking, and then as like what I told my friends, it's like my one big cry. Kasi parang after that, it's just like tears on each side na lang of my eyes, but it's not like really like, I'm like, how can I say or describe it? It's more like yung talagang iyak, like hagulhol, like you're like really, so actually I cried, but it's because while we were walking, so she was like, I think I cannot remember exactly, but because the time we thought I'm gonna go palang surgery. I thought surgery was the option, and since we don't have the clear diagnosis just yet, so my mind was like processing that I have cancer, same time thinking about the surgery. So I kind of like got mixed up with everything. And then while we're walking, our friend Alice just suddenly talk about the boys, the kids, and like they're too young and all that. And I got suddenly so sad, and it hit me like, oh nga, they're so young pa, and I cannot like leave them. So the more I have to be strong. And then we're almost near the house, and I cannot show the boys that I'll be crying there. So I just suddenly bursted into tears, and then she hugged me, and then she gave me a very tight hug. And and that was my one time big time cry, like talagang oh, and I did not even say a thing, even a word. Like I did not say anything. I just cried, and I just let it be, and it took us like how many minutes. I sabi ko, since I'm crying now, so I'll just like let it out one time big time. So there. And then that very night, I told myself that I have to get ready, and how mindset is important. That's why I wanted to share this through this video. And para I don't know how I'm able to inspire, but most probably sharing this story because it's my real actual feeling. And yeah, that night, of course, I got into tears again, but it's more of like paside-side na lang. And I was talking to myself, and sabi ko, okay, this is it. Wait, I'll fix my hair now. So I'm actually even imagining myself maglalagas na yung hair ko, and I just have to accept it. And actually, in fact, last week I was like looking for a nice wig, and I was joking Paul, better find me a good wig, or something like that. And just to keep up some positive energy that I'm trying to get myself ready. I don't want to like be the yung beater ba. I don't want to be bitter. So there. And so going back, where was I going back? So yeah, so I was talking to myself that night that tomorrow's the day, D-Day, to find out if I have a C-Day. I'm still joking. So tomorrow is the day where we're gonna finally find out, because honestly I have been waiting and struggling for like more than a month just to find out what's wrong with me. And yeah, and so sabi ko tomorrow, because the doctor assured me that I have already, it's just that it's not confirmed, and she said that it's not an early stage. So I'm like, wow, okay, because just last month or a few days ago, I was actually thinking, because the reading was not really so clear, that we were assuming I was like pre-cancer, or at least it was an early stage. But yeah, so I'm like kind of shocked. But sabi ko nga, by tomorrow you gotta be ready. Like, when the doctor tells you whatever stage would that be, you gotta be ready. And yun, shift ka na ng mindset mo. And then I'm like, of course I'm scared. I got really scared. I grew up hindi sakitin. I grew up, I only got hospitalized twice in my life. And no, three times in my life. And that's all about giving birth. That's it. I'm not good dealing to whatever sickness. So I was like talking to myself that if you really have this, you gotta change your lifestyle and everything that you so love dearly, that you never imagined giving up. For example, coffee. You gotta start now, as early as now, and you can't feel bad about it, because if you wanna get better, focus on that. Focus your mind on that. You're gonna get better. And even if it's not for me, then I'm gonna do it for my boys, for Kyle, for Kurt, for Paul, and yeah, my friends too, and my family. So I kind of like shifted my mindset. And I know, and I have shared this also with my friends, that our mind is really more powerful than our body. I believe this, but I haven't really practiced this, because normally it's always my emotions that's always been running. But sabi ko, this time, if you have this big C na, you don't really have a choice, but you gotta make sure that your mind is really stronger than your body, and you don't really have a choice, but you gotta believe that you're healed, you're powerful, you're strong, you can get through this, and one day it's just gonna be a story that can inspire people. Then sabi ko, and I was also like talking to myself, for you to be able to actually focus on your treatment, talagang wala kang choice, but you gotta make yourself ready. And actually last week I was so weak, like really weak, because I have been feeling it already. Like, I just don't know what's going on inside my body, but I can barely walk. Like, daig ko pa yung mga senior citizens sa kabagalan. Like, with every old people walking alongside me, they actually walk faster than me. And when Paul saw me, and he's like, the feeling is like, what happened to you? Like, last week you were okay pa, you were so active, you were so strong, and then now you can barely walk. And we found out through my CT scan that it's already pushing my bladder. So when I found out about it, the second day na, so when the doctor finally told us, and it was confirmed, and like pressuring my gallbladder. So I'm like, okay, I don't wonder anymore, because I've been peeing so much, like most of the time. Sometimes I even hate it, because I have to walk far and so much effort for me, and then it's just very small lang, like super konti lang yung ihi ko. So yeah, but I came to realize, since now that I'm more aware, I have been more careful. So every little feeling that I have, I no longer hold it, so it's not gonna be more painful for me. So yeah, I have to go through that. And yeah, and I'm so lucky that since I shifted, everything, actually everyone's like surprised. Okay, are you sure you're gonna give up your Starbucks? So everyone's like asking me, are you sure you're gonna give up coffee? And I'm like, oh yeah, as much as I don't want, but I have to right now. And I gotta embrace this, because I will be having so much of a hard time if I don't. And I gotta really do it as early as now. So last week they were all like feeling bad, especially if we eat outside, because I've been choosing all the vegetables that I haven't been eating. and Paul was like ordering all my favorite food, and I can't even eat it. And he was like um telling me pa, it's okay, just small bite would do. And I'm like, no, I have to be strict on myself. I have to embrace this 100%. Not, bitter nga. Kasi parang I was thinking, after the treatment, it's just gonna be like short term, but long term wise, I have to maintain a healthy lifestyle if I wanted, of course, to live long. So, yeah, and I guess that really helped me a lot. The strength that all my friends and family have seen in me this past few days. Surprisingly, it's actually very surprising for them. But for me, I think it's because I have faith too. And aside from the mindset, the mind reset that I have been doing, if I haven't been into spirituality, I just kind of like started officially really last year, I wouldn't be this positive. I wouldn't be this strong. Because the old me, this is gonna be like my first time to actually even share it publicly, but yeah, the old me back then, 2012, we lost our baby girl, and it took me a year to actually accept it, because she was there ne, and then we were expecting her in just a few days, and yeah, and then God, it wasn't just her time. The time when we lost her, it was so painful. It was very devastating, and yeah, she should be the big sister of Kyle and Kurt. But it took me a year to actually even talk about it. And because like the other day, a friend of mine asked me, are you really okay, or are you trying to be okay? Because it's actually two different things. And I'm like, I'm actually really okay, because I really found that peace. There's no there's no like how long, how short if you have that mindset, if you have that faith, if you believe that you can get through things, 100% faith. And I kind of like surrendered already as early as last week. Like I said, Lord, I'm gonna be like surrendering this life to you. I'm gonna make sure it's worthwhile. And so I'm like, I found so much peace in my heart. And for the first time, as if I'm gonna compare it with the old me, back then when we lost Casey, my daughter, it took me a year to even accept it. And I had a lot of why me, why now, why this happened to us, a lot of whys. I think normally it's like that, right? When there's like diba, if we have like talagang malaking pagsubok in our life, that's really when we start to question things. But this time, I never even asked one why, like why me, why this happened. And I'm like, I'm sure there's a purpose behind this, there's a reason behind this. And I know that God will never put me in this situation if I cannot handle it. And yeah, I guess I'm just ready for whatever that may come. But of course, I'm not gonna let cancer beat me. I'm gonna fight this, and that's really damn sure. If not for me, I'm gonna do it for my family, my boys, Paul, my mom, my sisters, everyone who loves me. More so, actually, until when I got back here, and hearing all the feelings and emotions of my friends who extended their way to help me out, and make everything so comfortable for me, which, I'll be sharing this one day again, the details of it. But basically, it gave me, so much reasons to fight for this. So yeah, I mean, I cannot say so much right now. This is just like part one, episode one, and I think there's more to come from here. But basically, yeah, I don't want to share my story after I survive my treatment, but I want to share my story as early as now, because to anyone who is going through same as me can definitely have the same strength, the same faith as me. You just gotta find that inside you, find that peace, find that acceptance, find that, the readiness to surrender, and just believe and have faith, and that's it. And yeah, I guess that's it for now. It's more of like the message that I wanted to convey is really more of a courage and strength, that you can actually find it within you. And it's your choice. It's your choice to cry and, making yourself kawawa and making it so hard for in everything. Kasi like this sickness, I realized, grabe ang daming changes. Like in this just 1 week time, parang I have to eat the food that I haven't been eating, and I have to like everything. I have to adjust in everything. So and it's all a matter of choice. It's really all up to you. If some would share that they would cry and yeah, whatever. Of course you can cry. It's a part of the process. But would you be crying every day, or would you rather be planning and fighting for it and getting yourself ready every single day? Like I do pray. I do a lot of positivity, healing energies, and it really have helped me a lot, inviting all the positivity, all the hope, and the strength that I'm getting. And yeah, so yeah, I guess that's it for now. And there's more to come after this. I'll try to share more of this journey, and please pray for me. That's all I'm asking. Good night. I'm just so sleepy. I think my eyes have been closing all the time, and I really cannot think so much. But there's so much for me to share, probably one day. And yeah, so there. So good night, and please send me all your love and support and the prayers. I do need it. it's so powerful when there's a lot of people praying for you. Thank you so much. Good night. Love and light.